Alrighty guys, welcome back. We are back live once again. Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta. My name is Grant, sitting beside the one and only Mr. Ben Franchise Francis. How are we, Ben? Back again?
Doing great, yeah. Looking forward to another big set of runs here. John's still going to play for, I would imagine, at least 2 more hours.
I would think so.
But I feel like he's got a lot more in him today.
I would agree, and it looks like we're buffering again.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do anything about that.
Yep.
Unfortunately. But I am recording this from another angle.
Yeah, that one's just straight recording. So let's get into it once again.
Johnny's ready. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, guys, so make sure you're sharing that stream lots for us. And make sure you've subscribed to our YouTube, like and follow our Facebook as well. That way you get notified every time we go live. Pocket size 4 7/8 are the corners. And the sides are about 5 1/4 inch. So a little bit tighter than what Jason Shaw broke the record on, but John feels like this table is going to give up some huge numbers, so you never know. I think we're going to see him motor through a bunch of these racks at the start because he was just on a 192 before he got jammed up against some balls and didn't have much of a shot. Yeah, interesting. If that's real.
If it's real, yeah.
Which I'm going to say,
Yep.
I'm going to be optimistic here.
We shall see. We just got a very interesting email.
Peter Nelson says, do you have to spell? Spell what? Did we spell something wrong?
Right?
Do we have to spell? Maybe I'm just missing something there. He will have some high runs after playing on a 4 1/4 a dime in the last few days. He played on a 4 1/4 inch Predator table, actually.
Yes.
But yeah, for sure, he's in dead punch. There's very few players playing as good as this dude right now. Looks like he nudged that 15 to absolute perfection for a break ball. If you guys are just tuning in, you're new to Straight Pool. It's a game where each ball is worth 1 point in value. You can shoot any ball at any time. You need to leave 1 ball left. You rack the other 14, pot that ball, and break the other balls out with the cue ball and continuously run until you miss. Very, very popular game. I would say much more popular about 70 years ago.
Although it's starting to gain a little bit of traction here now.
I think it's coming back around. Like to the point where there's a couple of guys over there playing a straight pool set against each other.
Right.
So they got the itch.
And I'll tell you, I got the itch to play.
Me too. I was hitting some racks last night on the diamond, the 4 1/4 inch. And it wasn't great. I did get through 2 racks once, though. I was pretty proud of that. Ran like a 30-something.
Well, and, you know, Ben, you play pretty sporty, and it just goes to show you exactly how difficult this really is.
Very tough on tight tables. This game is super hard on tight tables. Mr. David Harding doing the honors today, racking them up for John.
It is, and again, we're not lost on the fact that the stream is lagging a little bit.
We do have these runs being recorded from an alternate angle as well, and just recorded, so it won't be laggy on the recording, since it's not live. No internet connection required to record video. Live video, whole other animal. You gotta have good internet. We are hardwired in, but the weather outside is
Frightful.
playing a factor. Frightful, yes. This is a Gold Crown 4. Yeah, best known for its appearance in The Color of Money, also best known for its appearance in The Hustler, I believe.
Indeed.
That was 1961, a little black and white pool movie.
Right?
If you've never watched it, you really have to go watch it. The Hustler is the first movie. The Color of Money is the sequel. Came out something like 40 years later.
And I gotta point out one little thing that we need some help with out of everybody. We are just under 2,200 followers to get to 50,000.
Yeah, we're almost at 50,000 followers on our Facebook page.
So if you haven't done so yet, help us out. Jump on there, give us a like on the Facebook page.
And the link for the sweepstakes queue, we'll post that up in between racks, but you can go check it out on the website, www.cslipl.com. Underneath the shop tab, you'll see the purchase option for the sweepstakes.
What brand of table is this? This is a Gold Crown 4.
The pool is delightful.
Right, but since there's no place to go,
Yeah.
you may as well tune in here and get your pool fix on.
Looking good here to get a good angle on this 3. Just a natural path to leave lots of angle, that is. So a good little end pattern there. Back up to 2 racks. So we'll see this break angle looks real good. I'll give you guys a look from our other camera. Don't mind the autofocus. But he looks like he has a pretty good angle here, and I'll also put up the sweepstakes real quick before he shoots this. Viewer advantage sweepstakes for the 626Q. Once again, the website there is www.cslipl.com. Under the shop tab. And there we go. Stephanie posted the link. Thank you, Steph. John looking good here. He's got the 11 as a break ball, so I would imagine he'll try to navigate around that, hopefully not move it during the run. That would be ideal. But for now, he's going to shoot this stripe and go into that little cluster there. Just nestle him around. Kind of got a little thin on this 8, but shouldn't be an issue. He's got the 6 over the side, kind of as an insurance ball if he ever runs out of position.
And you are correct. I forgot to add that one little factoid. It is a Brunswick Gold Crown with Predator cloth.
Mm-hmm. And it's playing real good. John is in love with this table right now. Good straight pool player finds a good straight pool table. They're like hooked, you know?
Right?
If he didn't have somewhere
Match
to
made
go.
in heaven, right?
You know, imagine if he didn't have previous engagement, he might be here for a while.
Oh, I would go out on a limb and say if he had 3 weeks on this table, we would see some pretty spectacular numbers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he could beat the record if he had enough time. It's just a matter of time, really.
I agree. Yep.
I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's a matter of when.
Oh, nice little chip off the 6 to get it off that horn.
And he wanted to be on the 1 or the 15. He kind of overdrew the mark there, but that's okay. He's got another chance. It came up a little short there too, but he's okay. This is actually not a bad angle. Yeah, used to be only green. I remember those days, right?
Oh yeah.
Blue cloth was weird.
It was weird. But I actually prefer the blue cloth now.
Yeah, me too. I don't even like playing on the valleys on the green cloth. It's weird. It doesn't pop as much. Good shot there. Nice angle on this ball to leave angle on the break ball next.
And I think he spins this 2 rails again.
Yeah, good call. Very good call. That helps it out, and it also helps hold the angle, and it slows down the cue ball a bit. Really nice. Really nice little 3 racks put together there. Pretty effortless. So I'll put that sweepstakes up there again. Viewer Advantage Sweepstakes. Limited edition P3 Rosewood Mr. 626 cue. Comes with the extension. I think that's one of the coolest things about that cue is it comes with that matching extension.
I completely agree. That's the first time Predator has included the extension with the cue. Not to mention the fact there is only 300 of them made.
That is pretty cool. Yet one of a kind sort of thing.
You know, Tom, I think I have to agree with you. I'm not sure about the new gray.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either. I've watched quite a bit of it, and I still don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'd like to play on it before I make an absolute judgment on it, but not sure about the gray.
You know, one thing I am sure of?
Bucket Dad says no tan or red ever. Completely agree.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You know what else I'm 100% sure of? That the 5 ball should not be purple. I am 1,000% sure of this. They can make the cloth gray. They can make the cloth fluorescent. But just make the balls normal colors. Come on, don't make the 5 purple. That's the 4.
Right?
You can make the 5 a rainbow color.
Right?
That'd be fine. Just make it striped rainbow.
Do something other than purple.
Just please don't make it the same color as another ball. That's the one thing I'm 100% sure of. Is it true that the new Gold Crown 6s aren't made in the USA anymore? Maybe Grant knows the answer to that question.
Sorry, what's that?
Is it true that the new Gold Crown 6s aren't made in the USA anymore?
That I'm not sure of.
Yeah, I'm not.
To be honest,
I'm not sure who's manufacturing the Gold Crown tables either.
I did find out a little bit of an interesting bit of news while I was in the Super Billiards Expo, or at the Super Billiards Expo. Is back. They were gone for a little bit, but I met Joey Tate's dad.
That's who makes them. That's pretty cool.
He bought the company, and Ridgeback rails are back in action.
Oh, Joey's a hell of a player too, so it makes sense that his dad's a pool aficionado.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he's. It's funny because I, in my opinion, the rails on my table, and you'll know this, I'd like to replace them. But I never did because I couldn't get Ridgebacks. So now I have a little bit of a line on those Ridgeback rails.
So yeah, there you go. Made in China. Gold Crowns now. Emily said she'd switch it back, but they don't want to continue changing things.
Wow. So Eric just bought a ticket. We appreciate that. Anybody that did buy a ticket today, I'll either get those tickets done tonight or certainly before we go live again tomorrow morning. I did that this morning. And yeah, great way to get yourself in on a draw for that 626Q. And if you do win it and you do want to have John sign that, I can arrange that to happen as well.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
And if you're not in for the 626Q, but you do want to help John out, we did start a GoFundMe page for him as well. And if you appreciate what he's attempting to do here in the short time frame that he's got, certainly go and give that page a little bit of love, help him out with his expenses in coming to do this for us.
Every bit counts.
It does.
There's no like big prize at the end of the rainbow if you beat the record. It's like it's about pride. It's purely about pride. So obviously it's not free to travel all this way and spend all this time and meals and gas and
Well, and I mean,
Fun stuff.
we just started talking about John coming up here right before the Super Billiards Expo, and I spent a lot of time, obviously, at the Super Billiards Expo, and then we went and hung out in New York for a couple of days. So logistically was a little bit tough to get it organized, and with the supply chain issues that everybody in the planet is dealing with, trying to get these tables arranged to be delivered was a challenge, to say the least. There was a point in time where I almost gave up on getting the Predator table here. It was impossible until it wasn't, and we made it happen. So the shortened time span that John gets on these tables is certainly because of those issues. And the Gold Crown, really, we didn't even bother thinking about that option. It was more a conversation, I think, that happened between Steph and Martin, with Martin saying, "Hey, I've got this table, and if that's an option, then I'll make it available." So we appreciate that for sure. But logistically, it was pretty difficult to make this happen. So, you know, for the first couple of weeks that John was here, it was all about giving lessons and doing clinics and so on. So kudos to him for at least taking this on in the shortened time frame that he's got.
Absolutely.
I think I seen you there at the expo. Yeah, I was in the jam up booth for most of that Super Billiards Expo.
I got another real bad roll there. Let's see if he can find a shot. Looks like the 11 off the 8, the combo. The 11 off the 8 to keep the run going. I don't think it's on. I don't think it's on. I think he's too close to the 2 ball in order to cut it enough to get it to combo. Oh, now he's called the bank. He's going to play
a 3-way bank?
A 3-ball combo to a bank. Yeah, I really don't think this works.
Or
get in there.
Or
oh my goodness, how close was that?
He put every effort into that he could.
That was a 67 ball run.
And I'm wondering 2 different factors. I kind of thought about this the last time I was out checking the weather. 2 biggest factors, in my opinion. Number 1 is the rain today. It's making the table play just a little bit short, I think, of pace from what he had yesterday. And the other factor is the time constraint, right? He knows, like, on the way here, I could hear him, you know, when you're trying to pump yourself up and get motivated, and he says, okay, 3 days left, let's do this. Right? So I'm wondering if that's not a factor that's in his head a little bit, in the fact that, you know, I mean, he wants to perform, he wants to show everybody what he's capable of, and I think that little bit of added pressure that he's putting on himself might be affecting him.
Certainly can. You see how he shot like a tough break shot as the opener? I like that. You got to practice, right? You got to practice. That's what this is all about. So he took a way tougher break ball than he normally would at the start of these runs. Just trying to dial in the stroke, you know?
That's it.
But he really just got pretty unlucky again, you know, going into balls and just freezing on them.
Yeah, and again, right, I wonder how much of that is him somewhat acclimating to this table yesterday, and the fact that it was a decent day yesterday, right? Decent weather. Now it's kind of overcast, cloudy, a little cool, where I think it's making the table play just a touch slower than what he was used to yesterday.
Absolutely, and it's biting the cue ball a little more, like off the rail and off of the ball. Spin is grabbing a little different.
I was hanging out with Nate. I was the short one. Yeah, Tom, I wish I could remember, but like I said, I have a good memory. It's just short, and when you work those expos and those type of shows, one day blends to the next. So you really don't have a good solid recollection of what happened each day.
I'm sure if he blew up your picture, Tom, he would recognize
for sure. Yeah.
But we only get the tiny little pictures on the side. I can't see who everybody is in the comments. So the restart to the run here. We'll see a motor through these first few racks pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, this game can be very, very humbling at times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you know that. You've played this game a lot more than I have. In fact, I've only played one rack.
Yeah, it'll bring you back to earth real quick.
Yeah, it sure will. Teaches you the humility side of the game.
Oh, we got a Randy Baggett in the house. Randy did mention he might come down on his way to Edmonton.
Yep.
He's over there playing Jimmy Jitsu. He found himself some cheap action.
Yep. Mike Pringle Isaac was in the house yesterday,
Yeah,
again
Mike
from
Isaac.
BC.
Yeah. And it turns out that side bet is not going to work because the guy doesn't live in BC. I thought, like, we just e-transfer.
Yeah.
He was picking Pickering, Simon Pickering. Like, I'm not PayPaling or none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be, I want to find an e-transfer bet and nothing else.
Right, an e-transfer friendly bet.
That's right. So I wonder if the choppy video is accounting for smaller numbers today as well.
I would think
assume
so.
It has to be.
It's got to be tough to watch it when
Yeah, if it's
when
not
it's
super
choppy.
smooth, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday was great.
Well, hopefully tomorrow will be better too.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the weather is tomorrow.
But we're thinking at the same time.
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, I think it was supposed to rain even harder than today. So
Yeah, I think Saturday's supposed to be better though, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Saturday a little bit better. Oh, no, not raining as much tomorrow apparently.
Good show.
Good, indeed. So John motoring through another rack here. He's got a couple of break balls already. 14 looks not too bad.
I tell you what, he when he wants to motor through those racks, it's crazy.
Yeah, don't take him long to get going, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I've been looking through some of the new jam-up designs on my phone, and there are some pretty sporty-looking designs.
Yeah, as soon as we're done here tonight, I'm gonna go browse through it for sure. I love the new designs as much as anybody.
Earl ran 11 racks in a tournament before. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think the tournament that you are referring to was the $1 Million Challenge by C.J. Wiley, in which you had to run 11 racks. That whole $1 Million Challenge thing was kind of imploded a little bit because Earl did that on tour stop number 1.
I read something about this today, and I learned something new about it.
Well, I know that he in fact ran 13 racks because the first 2 were not recorded, and so in fact it was 13 racks, but it was 9 ball.
And so on rack number 4 or 5, I'm not sure which one, he had to have somebody else rack for him, and he didn't. And so he racked himself that rack. And so when he got to the 10th rack, he played a combo on the 9, bashed it. And the crowd went nuts because he had to run 10 racks, right? But that rack wasn't the winning one.
That's
because
right.
he had racked for himself a few racks ago.
Yep.
Nobody knew, but he ran another one. He ran the 11th, so it was legit, right?
Yep.
But nobody knew that they were celebrating too early.
Yeah.
And it actually wouldn't have counted.
Yeah.
If he hadn't ran one more rack. But I thought it was kind of funny, like everybody celebrates,
Oh,
but
no
that's
doubt.
not it.
No,
Right?
it
And they
was,
didn't know at the time. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Nice little out there from Johnny. Yeah, 10 9-ball racks. He ran 11, but one of them didn't count. And the first 2 didn't count at all.
The first 2 didn't count at all. Yeah. So he actually ran 13.
13.
Yeah.
But 11 for the cheese. A lot of cheese.
Yeah, it was $1 million, and again there was some controversy on him getting paid and so on and so forth. And because the insurance company did not take into account the fact that nobody who's going after that record would play safe, right? It's just pure aggression, pure run out, that they calculated the odds incorrectly. And so they weren't going to pay out at all. So there was a big bicker and a big fight.
Yeah, they ended up getting about half, a little over half, I think.
But I mean, to his credit, I do believe C.J. Wiley came up with the remainder.
Very good, very good. Well deserved, for sure. That's an incredible achievement. Incredible. And yeah, Larry, I remember this story too. Larry saying he went 125 and out once and stopped after he won the match. Pretty incredible to run 125 and out in a match of straight pool, but it's been done a couple of times, once to 200. Is he long? Watch how he shoots the ball with the rest. We got to show him how to use the rest. Okay, there you go. He does know how to use it. I was a little confused there. I thought maybe he doesn't even know how to use it. Oh my goodness, what a shot. I thought he was going to bank it.
What a back cut. Now, is the one going to mess him up? I think he's on the 2 or the 4.
Yeah, he's on the 2. Way up table there. And it's not bad because he doesn't have to do a ton with the cue ball. I think a stop shot will be fine.
God, these guys are pretty quick on YouTube, but I'm on them.
Nice smooth stroke there. He's still hitting them real smooth. If he can just avoid these funny little rolls here and there, he can really put up some massive numbers. Just needs to avoid the odd little rub.
Some of the comments afterwards
I
are
do,
just
but I ain't
great.
clicking on that.
Oh, too good.
Pretty funny. Yeah, gotta come with something good. Does reporting do anything?
I have no idea.
Because I feel like it's the same bots. Like, so you'd think the
Yeah.
reporting and YouTube would just
I think they
figure
just
it out.
changed one of the letters or something in there,
Yeah, for sure.
so it's an endless string of bots.
How will you receive your tickets if you bought them at the shop on the webpage? Great question. I'll let Grant answer that one.
Sorry,
for
what
you
was
guys.
it? Where? What? Who? What?
How will you receive your tickets if you bought them at the shop on the webpage?
If you left your email address, I will email you a copy of those tickets. If you left your phone number, then I do have a picture of those tickets. So if you did buy already, there's been, I think, 4 that bought off the website without leaving me their email address. But they are in the draw. I do have pictures of them, and I can email you if you want to send in your email address.
Did you get Mason Mackey?
Yep.
Okay. I think he said he sent from like a business number kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
He sent it from his business. So if I have you as a friend on Facebook, I can also send it through Messenger, which I did for a couple.
Looks like he landed a touch straight on this ball. Is he going to draw to the side rail? Oh, he overdrew it. He overdrew it. He got all of it. He says, "Dope."
Can we see the top angle? Let's see what
he's got. Just enough.
He's got some room there. He'll be all right. I think.
Enough angle to work with, I believe. But I'll tell you, a bunch of Canadians. We're the bridge masters, he says. Best shot he ever made with the bridge. Yeah, as you'll notice on this break shot, he's not going to get 10 balls in the open here. He's going to get about 4. 1, 2,
he did
3.
not bad there.
Yeah.
Not bad there at all. For the type of break shot he had, that was pretty sporty, if you ask me.
So does he have a 200 in him today? You know he wants it.
Oh, I think he's going till he gets it.
Well, he told us we could pie him in the face if he doesn't, so.
There you go.
So I'm kind of hoping he doesn't. Just kidding.
Is he going to beat 7-1 before dinner? No, not before dinner.
No,
That's a few hours to make that kind of a run.
Yeah, Shaw's 714 was pretty quick. About 2 hours. John's 626 was 4 hours, 3 minutes. So that gives you a relative idea how long it takes to run about 600 balls. I'd say anywhere between 3 and 4 hours for most normal shooting people.
Yeah. Well, if there's one thing I've learned, did he get himself in trouble there?
He's got
No, he's got 6. There's one thing I know is when John is in stroke, the guy just struts around the table and he just pocket balls like a maniac.
He's got 4 runs today over 100. So that kind of tells you something too. He's only been playing for 4 hours, 20 minutes. He's got 4 runs over 100.
Which is just amazing. And I think part of what gets overlooked is the fact, again, that he plays this game so well and makes it look so easy. But I can tell you this game is not easy.
This is such a hard form of pool. You know, there's 8 ball, there's 9 ball, 10 ball. They're relatively, I wouldn't say easy, but easier. Straight pool is a very difficult form of pool.
Sure is.
Anybody can run 14 balls. I think a lot of players could run.
I think that was the first thing he did.
I think that'll be maybe a thing moving forward, just to help him with his energy level. Maybe,
I think so
maybe
too.
We just tell him, look,
yeah, we'll do a shutdown.
we're shut. We need to. We'll just fake it, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree.
It's not you, it's us.
Yes. Left himself some nice cut angle on that break.
Back up to 4 racks pretty quick. His innings have been unreal too. Like he ran a 106, very next inning a 140, very next inning a 192, following inning a 67. Like it's unreal. Most people when they play this, I know for sure when I do, if I get on a big run, like let's say 70, which is a big run for me, after I miss, like I'm not running 70 again.
No doubt.
I'm gonna run like a couple of 14s, maybe like a 23.
Yep.
You know, and it's gonna take a while to get that big run again.
Yeah.
John just gets a big run every inning.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is.
So the practice room on YouTube says John is also a scratch golfer. I think he shot a 62. Very talented guy and funny too. I agree with all of that. He is an amazing golfer.
Very talented athlete. Power draw, look at that, just to miss that other ball.
Had to use a little body English to get it by that 14 ball, I think, is down there.
That was a big shot, man. He made that look way easier than it was.
Yeah. Especially with the cloth being as slick as what it is.
I think a lot of players maybe just draw straight in and scratch there because he was pretty close to straight. Trying to beat a world record or anything.
Right.
Just yelling. Which is funny because riders over there are looking at me like, didn't you tell me to like kind of be quiet?
Right.
Meanwhile, this guy is yelling. Too funny.
Yeah, I think Dave's lost a little bit of weight.
Dave Harding racking the balls today for Johnny.
Yeah, he's been a champ.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job. Kevin Beamer-Beavis yesterday as well. Shout out to Kevin. Did a great job racking for about 6 hours. That ain't easy. Nobody's paying you to do it either. You know,
Nope.
It's kind of like you do it for the love of the game. So
Well, that's kind of a thankless job,
very much so.
to be honest.
We know all about those.
We sure do.
Although our viewers thank us lots. We
They
shouldn't
do.
say that.
They do.
Thankless as in our wallets.
Yeah, well, my reffing career is that's definitely a thankless
That's
one.
the most thankless job.
It is.
Reffing pool.
And you know, after 17 years, I kind of think I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done after no years. People ask me to ref a shot, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
good.
right.
Is there anyone else?
Right.
I'll do it if I have to. I'd rather not.
Yeah, it's a little bit choppy, and that's again due to our lovely weather here in Calgary. The building that we're in happens to be a fairly old building. It's still got the old copper wires and you know, all the things that come along with an older building. But
We're looking at better weather tomorrow and
We are.
Saturday, so it
Yeah.
should be only today. We got to deal with this, hopefully.
yeah, is John getting paid? The only way he gets paid is by that viewer advantage, and for those that feel so inclined, that if you appreciate what he's doing, then give him a donation on his GoFundMe.
Yeah, and it should be noted, nobody's asking anyone to donate $1,000.
No.
You know what I mean? A little like $5, $10 goes a
That's
long
it.
way, right?
It
If
does.
everybody donates $5 or $10, it adds up pretty quick.
Yeah.
That helps John cover, you know, flight costs and food and drinks and gas and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, and he came up again, right? We just started talking about it just before the Super Billiards Expo. Kind of confirmed right before we went down. And I can't remember if it was right before or as we got there. But it was pretty quick putting it all together. And then running into a few of the logistical issues that we did. It kind of shortened up his abilities to make any kind of perhaps deep runs, because he doesn't have the number of days that I think is going to be required in order to do it.
For 8 balls up.
Yeah. So another 7.
63.
Yep. Can anybody have a go at this? Yeah, if you want to put in the time and the effort required. I know John makes it look fairly easy, but by all means, you know, anybody can make a crack at it.
100%. Yeah, mostly need unedited recording, Chris.
Correct.
So we do have this view that we're watching here. We also have another angle being recorded.
Correct. So I mean, if he does go on a fairly deep run and for whatever reason does achieve what he's here to do in the short time frame of breaking the record, we do have it fully recorded from another angle. That will, and it's not hooked up to the internet, so it's just a recording.
No choppiness over there. But it is just an alternate angle, just to be sure.
Correct.
Assume he means run. Run 900 balls. Then woke up and it was time for work.
Right?
That happens to me every night. Like, yes, I ran 7:15. I'm the king of the world.
Yeah, you kind of have choice, Benjamin. He's asking on YouTube, how does the break work on the first rack? Off, put it where you want, place the cue ball, and break away.
Yeah, ball in hand on the object ball and the cue ball.
Yeah, the way that John does it, by putting it kind of, you're back cutting that break ball into the blind pocket, in my opinion, is probably the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And we might see him, like at the start of these runs, shoot some kind of goofy shot on the opening break shot, but that's just purely a practice thing.
Yeah, no worries at all, Kane. He's been on this table. This is day 2 on the Gold Crown, which is the one that we've somewhat recreated to what Jason Shaw had. It's not an all-day Saturday, and he can run as much as he wants. Typically, he's been putting in about 6, maybe 6.5 hours every day, and but he's got unlimited frames, unlimited number of rack, and unlimited time. If he wants to run for the next 60 however many hours, he's more than entitled to do that.
Yeah, we may not be doing commentary for the full thing, but
yeah,
we'll go to bed. But
yeah.
He can play if he wants.
Can play.
You know?
Well, let me tell you, if he gets on a high run, I won't be going to bed.
Oh
either.
yeah, nobody would be leaving the room.
Nope.
Lock the door. That would be the thing there. Just lock us in.
That's it.
So again, I think we'll see him motor through these first few racks.
I agree.
He did mention to Dave there that he might try to smash these balls open earlier. He's kind of been getting stuck near the end of racks with balls still tied up, so I agree. Maybe with the more humid conditions today, he needs to be a little more attacking.
I agree.
Can't be as calculated. Probably has to take a few more chances. which I know he hates doing. He'd love to just calculate exactly what's going to happen on every single shot.
Well, and you see that last shot where he drew and tried to nudge that 5 ball, right? Again, I'm wondering if because it is raining and a little bit more humid, that they're just not reacting the same as what they were yesterday.
That's right. That shot plays much different
Yeah.
in humid conditions. So you know he's going to be gunning for this 200 today. He really, really wants to be able to run at least 200 balls each day that he's here.
Yep. Well, again, right, he was on one of those bigger runs, and cue ball scratch. Right, and those are just run killers.
On a couple of them, he's made mistakes. He's missed balls that he wouldn't usually miss. But that's that can be conducive to the weather as well. Of course, balls just react a little different.
Yep. John Barton, JB Case is in the house. How are you, John? Been a minute. And I would hope he beats it just so that it kind of goes back and forth between John and Jason. I think it's doing amazing things for pool. I'd love to see John be able to break that record, and then perhaps Jason come back, break it again, then John come back, break it again. I think that does amazing things for the game.
Yeah, maybe Josh Filler will get in the mix, trying to prove that he's the best.
Yeah, right? Well, maybe you get Filler in there, or Dennis Orcolo, or, you know.
Dennis could do it.
Maybe
if he
maybe
wanted
an
to.
SVB if he put his mind to it.
Yeah. I can't see SVB doing it again. But I could see.
The highest run out of SVB was three something.
Yeah, it was 370 or something like that. He was way up there, which is incredible. Anybody running more than 200 balls is a sick man in my books.
Right.
But Dennis Orcolo, I feel like he really has the game to do it. Like just the rhythm alone. He could do it quicker than Shaw did it, because he one strokes the ball more than Shaw does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think John mentioned he might try to find a little heater too.
There is one. He's got one under the table.
No, he needs a smaller one.
Oh.
Yeah, we were talking about it this morning. He wants to try to find a smaller one.
Oh, that he can put up on top of the wood slab that's underneath that
That's
table.
right. Yeah, it'll fit right like under the rack. He said it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
I don't see how it makes that much of a difference, but definitely going to dry it out a bit. If it does happen to be raining tomorrow, I do vote we crank the AC just to give him a better chance to dry it out a bit.
Just remind me in the morning so I can bring a parka, because I'm cold enough already.
Yeah, no doubt you'd be freezing. You would be frozen if we cranked it.
Me and the cold, we don't see eye to eye.
No.
It's not my favorite thing in the world, even though I'm from Canada. Somebody messed up the purchase order, and I was meant to be born somewhere in southern weather.
That's right. John seems to love Canada. Maybe
Yeah,
they
he
flip-flop
sure does,
you guys.
right?
You're supposed to be in California.
Something got messed up there.
Yeah, Filler's got the game to run 1,000.
Yeah,
I
he
totally
sure does.
agree. I think he's one of the few.
Well, and I'm curious if Federer also has that game. The
Too
guy's
slow?
a machine. No, he's too slow.
Too
but
slow.
I think I think if he put his mind to it, I think he's got the skill. It's just needs to be done quicker.
Yeah,
at a quicker pace.
the rhythm would definitely be a factor. I don't think anybody can stay focused that long without playing quick.
Yep.
I just think it's too long. Like, even we're watching how quick John is playing. His 6.26 was 4 hours.
Yep.
For Fedor to run 6.26, it would take him 8.
Yep.
And I don't know if you could stay focused for 8 hours. That's just too much to ask for, right?
Yeah. Well,
the other
I don't
thing
know.
is, like,
I think Federer's got the potting ability and the cue ball control. It's just he would need to pick up the pace about twice as quick as what he
absolutely does. And so here's the thing too, is at what time of day do you do it if it takes you 8 hours, right? You got to do it first try right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have time. So when 3 o'clock in the afternoon runs around, you don't even try anymore because you don't have time to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would change everything.
Yeah, John, we kind of went through that.
Yeah, we did go over the whole Earl story.
Yeah.
Yeah, several combinations, yeah. Yeah, pretty incredible achievement in itself. No methodical player will ever score 750 or 1,000. Yeah, I think it's just, it would be super tough. Like Albin Ocean, he's like got the most incredible cue ball control anybody's ever seen, which is at a premium in this game, you know?
Right.
And I'm sure Albin could run 400 or 500. I don't think Albin could run 800. It's just the pace of play again.
Well, and that's why I said earlier, right, when you look at the accomplishments of what John Schmidt did, what Jason Shaw did, to get to that level, there might be 6 players on the planet that could do it.
That's right. And there's plenty of talented players.
Oh, for sure. And there's plenty that are going to run 300s, 400s. But to get to that 600, 700, maybe 800, 900 mark, maybe 6 players.
Yeah, it's very dependent on pace of play, I believe.
Yep.
And that's why there's only a handful that can do it. Only a handful. Looks like he landed perfect on either one of these balls. Can shoot the 7 or the 8. Oh, look at that. Nudges the break ball out a little better.
Chris says, thanks for the info, guys. So basically, you'd need it recorded from 2 different angles. I presumed it was live and hooked up. So we are live. We've got a couple of different angles on the live camera, but not both of those cameras record at the same time. That depends on which camera we choose to put up through the stream. But we also have another setup where it is recording everything all at the same time.
I didn't see what happened there. He got a weird turn of the ball.
Yeah, just lack of focus on that particular shot.
I feel like maybe that was it. Yeah, still comes with a huge cut shot. Comes around 3 rails. Shape on the break ball.
Wants to be off the rail though.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be in love with that. He will not be in love with that. Although it is just pot the ball, right?
It is. I mean, it's natural to go into that into that rack.
He forgot what spin to use. I don't know if he forgot what spin to use. I think he knows what spin to use. I think he just got a weird bounce. It just grabbed a little more than he thought.
Is Jason's 714 publicly available right now? I don't know. I think
it is not.
I think he has it for sale.
Yep, that's correct. He does have it for sale. I think when you buy, you get either a DVD or you get a little flash drive.
Yep.
And it comes with like a piece of the cloth as well.
Yep.
Yeah, horrific break ball, but look what it did. It worked. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, how about you bank the 1 ball?
This is what keeps happening today. He keeps getting jammed in on these balls.
Yep.
Just one of those days, you know. I think he's maybe got the 9 straight up to the corner. A little close to his work, but very makeable.
Still going to take a little bit of a touch here.
It's certainly better than banking the 1. I like this better. At least there's more future in it.
True.
The future in the 1 is like you have to stroke it. You got to put some juice to get around to something. At least this way, if he pots this, cue ball probably goes into the 3 in that stripe, and he should land on a bunch of balls.
He'll have a few options, provided, of course, he's got to do the first task first.
Overcut it a little?
No, he's good.
Overcut it perfectly. That's the kind of shot he's been talking about. That's a big shot on this table. You got to be able to overcut that ball. You never, ever undercut it. Yeah, actually, you know what's funny about that, John Barton, is like I was watching the live video when Jason ran the 714, and like the first words out of his mouth was, "Hey, maybe now we'll get to see John 626," and the whole room laughed. Ha! And then 2 weeks later, he's hiding his video.
Exactly,
It's like, hey,
right.
calm down.
Wait a minute.
Everybody wants to benefit from it. I mean, you did a lot of work. Why not try to sell it and make a little money, you know? What's wrong with that?
Brad Is it just me, or did Kevin Vivas have a lot more hair yesterday? Nah, we just shaved him down.
You think he needs a chilled chocolate bar? He ordered a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, it's sitting beside me here.
It's chilled now, for
Yeah,
sure. It's
he's
chilled.
got a chilled breakfast sandwich. That's what he's got.
Yeah, you can buy the 714 on USB drive. It's not hidden, but it's not also out there for everybody to see. John's going to be sore after all this and Game of Thrones. He's done.
He's
Game of
done
Thrones,
the
Larry.
GOT, baby.
Yeah, it doesn't need two angles, just a nice option. Looking good here. Looking real good. Like, he definitely never runs less than 50.
Yeah, it's gross.
He's proven that much.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't mind. When we talked to John today and asked him, look, if you get up to the run to beat that record, what do you want us to do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want us to keep it recording live? And that's what we would do. We would keep it recorded live so that all the viewers that happen to be on do get to see it live as it happens. Once the video is done, though, we would do the same. We'd take it down off Facebook and we'd put it available as a for sale item. So I don't mind,
Nice.
you know, either John or Jason profiting off of it. The difference being, of course, that if he got to that point in the next day or two, we would leave it up, leave it running. Those that happen to be on the stream and watching, congratulations, you get to see it. Those that didn't, I think I have no issues with John selling it, or Jason for that matter.
That's right.
Right, but it would have been nice to see that live.
Absolutely. Andrew says the live recording is still posted. I had it saved, just watched it again a few weeks ago. I think they took it down, Andrew. I had it saved too. I think they took it down. Can someone explain the record attempt, please? Yeah, absolutely. So 14-1, or also referred to as straight pool, is a game where you can shoot any ball at any time. Each ball is worth 1 point in value. And the idea of the game is you run 14 balls, you leave one ball left, you rack the other 14, you pot that ball and send the cue ball into the other 14 and continue the run. Oh yeah, we've gone through the whole thing, Mr. Barton. We went through it all. We've beat that dead horse plenty. Straight pool tournaments were more popular. Love watching. So I'll tell you why straight pool tournaments aren't popular. And this is something we've talked about lots. I've even talked to Jeff about this, the manager here at Leather Pocket. 14-1 is a very tough game to play against someone. So if you can imagine, you're playing John right now. You haven't shot in half an hour.
Yeah.
You haven't left your chair in half an hour, and you might not leave your chair for another 2 hours.
It could very well be.
And so that's not, it just, in my opinion, isn't the greatest one-on-one game. It can be very tough. Even if somebody's only running, say, 40 balls, it can go quite long. It's not back and forth enough.
Yeah. And I would say when you're playing against somebody, that is the case. If you're doing what John's doing, man alive, I'll tell you, that can get exciting to watch.
Super exciting to watch, absolutely. And straight pool, like one-on-one, can be exciting to watch as well. It just becomes a little hard on the opponent.
Yeah.
Just a little long between shots. I think most people, when they play a game of pool, they kind of want to be shooting every 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Every 10 minutes, maybe, at longest.
Mm-hmm. I don't don't know if I would call that a show-off game. I think it's a high-skill game.
Fair enough, John.
Right?
Fair
Well,
enough.
don't sugarcoat it, John.
Oh, he never does.
I know.
Johnny Barton wears his heart on his sleeve.
He sure does.
That's why him and John Schmidt are such good friends, right? And we're huge John Schmidt fans too, so of course we've talked about that plenty.
Do you know where I can buy John's 626? Right from John.
So here's my question for Andrew, who posted the link to the video. If there's a link to the video, then why is he selling it?
Yeah.
If it's free to go on Facebook and watch, why would anybody buy it?
That's right.
I'm very confused.
Me too.
I'm very, very confused. There you go. That's it. They took down the first half, or they took down the last half, and that was the first half. Oh, okay, so the Johns are not friends. But John Barton is still a big fan and likes to defend Mr. Schmidt. Fair enough. Yeah, more of an exhibition game, Benjamin. That's kind of a better way to put it than a show-off game, right? It's more of an exhibition game.
I want a piece of the cloth when John hits 814. That is obviously something that we would do.
So I was laughing with John about this. I said, how funny would it be? You run 7:15, you end the video. But you keep shooting, right?
Yeah, of course.
So like the live video ends, but you keep recording, and then you just make everybody think that you beat it by one ball.
There you
and then
go.
as soon as they post something, you're like, no, just kidding. I actually ran 900. I thought that would be real funny. Or you don't even continue shooting. You like mic drop. You just drop the cue. Bang. 7:15. I'm done.
Right? I don't know that.
Would never happen.
No, I don't think John is going to stop at 715.
But I think it would be great, right?
I
It'd
don't.
be the ultimate.
It would be, but I don't think that would be the case.
Mm-hmm.
Still glitchy. Indeed, Patrick. We're well aware of that. Again, we tried our best, guys, to shut it down, restart it, but I think the weather is having a major factor in the glitchiness of our stream today.
Yeah, John Barton, we were talking about this yesterday too. A lot of the fans think that these guys should play like a race to 1,000, you know? John Schmidt versus Jason Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Race to 1,000.
Wow, I'll give you 1K in person. It's only a 2-hour drive. Indeed.
We're holding you to that.
Yep.
There's evidence. Unless you delete that comment. Putting up a good run here. He's through 6 racks. I did a little funny on this 9. He's not thrilled. I think he can. Can he get under this ball? How tough is this?
Patrick says maybe I haven't been checking the weather often enough. I've been checking it. I haven't really told it off. Maybe that's the issue.
Yeah, that could be it.
Right? Go check the weather and tell it where to go. Maybe I could convince it to go up to where it belongs, up in Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jeff?
Edmonton.
God,
Edmonton
I was trying to rib him, and he wasn't even listening to me.
It's the worst.
Right? I know.
Oh my goodness, these spammers.
They
The
are.
names get worse every time too.
I know,
What
right?
is going on? Unbelievable. Yeah, our apologies, guys, for those. We're definitely gonna We're going to tighten up the YouTube, so you have to subscribe in order to comment.
Yeah. Although I'm on them pretty quick, and I do report them every time.
7 racks is 98. You can see him moving his coin over there as well. So we got
and he's looking
double
good.
Check and score. Yeah, 14-1 is a bit of a lost start, but I think it's making a revival.
I'll sell you my whole table for 1K. Oh wow. I don't know that it has quite the same significance as perhaps a piece of the cloth that is on a world record break.
Yeah, it's funny. Some other people were noticing them in the UK Open chat as well. Quite funny. They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
They are.
Looks like he absolutely pounded that break shot. He ain't letting up anymore on that break shot.
Nope. I think he's getting down into it.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple other angles as well from when Shaw ran his 7-14. Yeah, if you had that break every time, you'd run 1,000.
For
you
sure.
read my mind, Damien. That's exactly what I was thinking. If he just pounds into it like that, for sure he can run a lot.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he doesn't get any funny rubs. Does scratch stop the break? Yes, absolutely.
It sure does. That is the killer of high runs. Why does he have a coin on the table? That just keeps track of the number of racks that he's run.
Mm-hmm. Each coin is 14. So he's keeping track there. We're keeping track here.
Those spammers have a plus 300 Fargo rate. I think they're a plus 800, man. They're pretty quick. Kate says these people spamming do not realize I still have a Marilyn Monroe poster up on my wall, so I'm not interested.
Highest run so far, 224. Highest run today, 192. Yeah, just needs a bit of love and he'll get up there. That's right. More skids. He needs less skids, more skids.
Yeah, right.
He needs no skids, more skids.
No skids.
I like this comment from Jeff Crouch. It's very hit the nail on the head. 14-1 can be really great when there's a little safety battle with two epic players. Definitely, it can get a little wearing on the opponent just sitting there for half an hour at a time, but yeah, you get two really good players in a little safety battle. It's quite great to watch them try to protect the balls. Well up over 100 here again. John's giving us a day full of hundreds. Let's see if he's got a 200 in him. Damien. John's showing too much skin. Do that zipper up a couple inches, he says.
I don't get it. Is it down?
Yeah, John, see his zipper's all the way down.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh, on his shirt.
On his shirt, yeah. Oh, you were thinking a
yeah,
different
I was
zipper.
like, oh my God, no.
Not that kind of skin. John's eyes are up there. Yeah, Damien, I can see how people might think the zipper is
yeah,
not the zipper on his shirt.
Right? You confused me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And let's be honest, to confuse me is not the hardest thing in the world to accomplish.
112, another century for the folks.
Gosh, he runs a lot of these in a day.
I love this one. Marty Herman says, 1979, 1980, Tom Jennings won back-to-back 14-1, beating Dick Lane, trailing 198-2.
Right?
the guy was 2 balls away from the win, and you're on 2, and you win the match.
Gee, how do you
run
how do you like
198
that,
and out?
eh? That's crazy. I think John's sitting perfect here, John.
Tough here, I think.
Yeah,
no, he's perfect.
He's in perfect.
Yeah,
right
this
here.
is ideal.
That's the dream.
Let's see how hard he hits it. Yeah, see, he ain't letting up anymore.
Nope.
I like that. I really like that. Because if the balls roll his way, he can put up huge numbers breaking like that. Huge.
$198-2. You got it, Benjamin.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Oh, John meant the shot before to get the break shape. Yeah, that's right. He did land a little funny on that second last ball.
He did, but
then
he
hit it like a dream.
Yeah, he hit it perfect. Which is, you know, it's one of the skills that John has, which I think is almost second to none, is that ball before the break shot and getting position. He just controls that cue ball so well.
Yeah, those are, from my experience watching straight pool, that's where people's runs always end, is on the ball before the break shot. They end up like banking it to try to get angle on the break ball.
Yep. And I like this. He's Felicity said it best. He's tired of fighting the clusters.
And Damien nailed it. Shaw shoots straighter than any human, but John picks the racks part better. And totally perfect example was that little shot right there, where he just nudged the 3 into a beautiful break position while still staying on some other balls.
Yep. But I think you're dead money correct, Damien. After seeing what I've seen so far, John picks these racks apart so well.
I think he's perfect on this 4 ball, right?
We won another angle, says Drunk European 1. Tilt your phone.
Tilt your phone. That's funny. Melling had the high run at 220 and was sat down next to Daz. CD stops the cue in the rack and takes ball in hand. Melling asks, "What's he doing, Daz? You have the run and don't know the rules?"
Wow.
That's funny. That shows you how talented.
Fairly certain that what they were referring to on the angle, or at least Drunk was referring to, was he wanted to see this angle. The problem with this angle is you're farther away from seeing everything compared to this angle.
Speaking of angles, it looks like my other angle has stopped recording. There's something on the screen there. I can't tell what it is from here. But at the end of this rack, I'm going to go check on it.
You're going to have to go check on it.
Which is perfect because I need to use the washroom anyway.
Well, and I think maybe he just got tired, like Felicity said, got tired of trying to just soft break those and try to pick them apart. I think he's just going into it. Yeah, and I can't argue with you there, Hans. Shaw shoots pretty fast. I can't argue that point. I think it's more that John picks the rack apart a little better. Hulk smash indeed, Raymond. I don't know that it's the Windows that's needing the update. I think it really does depend on the weather outside, right? If it starts to kind of pick up on the rain, you know, I think that's when it starts to get a little choppy, and then it'll ease off a little bit, so we get to be good for a bit, and then if it picks up raining again, well, I think even with the glitches just pick up right where it was when. Yeah, John Barton got a good answer to that question. Any book recommendations for end patterns or break shots for 14-1 mastering pool? A very old building that does not have the newest, latest, in fact, not even the old wires. It's all running through copper wire. I think Andrew, as much as Shaw gets a good angle, you can call it a better angle. There's always going to be things to pick apart in a rack. We're not running on Wi-Fi. It's still on wired internet, but he is sitting in good on this rack. What happened to the guy who started the IPT? I believe that was Kevin Trudeau. Oh yeah, he's catching his groove here. They're close to the same, Laura. Shaw's were a little bit bigger, which is fine. 10 racks in, 140 on the scoreboard. And I haven't put it up for a while, so I'm going to. If you're just tuning in, we have the viewer advantage going and running again. This is for the Mr. 626Q that John is currently using. $20 gets you in it to win it if you want to get a ticket, or 2 or 3, no restrictions on that number. Just head on over to cslipl.com. Click on shop it live at gmail.com to send in e-transfer. Just remember it is in Canadian dollars, so about 26 Canadian. Wonder if Earl considers Schmidt an athlete or a pool player. I would say he's probably going to consider John an athlete. I know that they've gone out golfing, playing tennis, playing pool. So, I mean, Mr. Schmidt's not just a one-trick pony. It's not just about straight pool. He's got multiple 9-ball championships, straight pool championships, and avid Scott up in that same category, but multi-talented guy. Kurt, this is on YouTube. Why wouldn't it be the same? He does ride motorcycles as well. An avid motorcyclist. 10-5 looks like the 13 ball. Does need to get in on those. So he does have 2 break ball options here, the 8 or the 15 ball. Having a look, seeing which one he prefers. Is there anything this man can't do? Well, he is multi-talented, that's for certain. And especially what he's showing here today is, even yesterday. Yesterday I found a whole new level of respect for John's game, especially how he controls that cue ball. I find it simply amazing. His cue ball control, I find, is just second to none. World class. Needs it to hold up there a little bit. Doesn't want to get too straight in on that 8 ball. And here we are, rack 11, a 154. And we'll give a shout out here to Jam Up Apparel again real quick. That is the shirt that John Schmidt is wearing. That is the collaboration between Predator and Jam Up Apparel. We just dropped a whole new line today on Jam Up. If you haven't been to see it yet, go check it out. jamupapparel.com. Yeah, Laura, you hit that on the head. I mean, it's one of those things I don't think that gets tied.
Our apologies for the choppy video. The weather does suck in Calgary right now.
Right now, it's not so nice.
It does seem to be running slightly smoother on YouTube. Slightly.
Nope, we are not using OBS. We are using a program called Wirecast, Wirecast Pro to be exact.
John on another 150 plus ball run. Make sure you guys are sharing that stream lots.
Absolutely. And we apologize for the glitchiness again, guys. We're really not a lot we can do. It's because of the old wiring in this building. It just is what it is.
We're at the mercy of the weather.
We are so.
But we do have another angle recording.
Was the message about...
It had stopped the video, yes. So it's recording about half of this run. But
so YouTube is saying it's not terrible on YouTube. Hangs up for a second every now and again, but stays current. So if you're tuned in on Fake U Sports Live on YouTube,
you could see he was reaching a little extra to try to get that cue ball up onto the 6, and he did well.
He sure did.
These balls laying nice. His end pattern is maybe the 14, and then the ball in the side pocket, the 13.
Yeah, the 1, 14, 13, and then on to the 11 as the breakout.
Yeah, the 11 as the break ball. I thought he may choose the 14 as the break ball, but I feel like this is perfect. And he's going to want to try to get straight in on the side pocket next. I believe he could shoot the 13 first, take angle on the 14, then come across. And poor Peter Wood just arrived in Calgary today from Victoria. It's in Victoria too, Peter. But you're probably hoping
for a little bit better weather.
Hoping he was leaving the rain, coming to some sunny weather.
Johnny boy is just tearing through these racks right now.
12 racks, 168. It should be noted, in succession, he's ran a 106, a 140, a 192, a 67, a 63, and now he's on 168. All in succession.
That's crazy.
Really incredible.
Oh, I'm going to say there's definitely some electricity in the storm. I'm tending to think it's a little bit of rain, but the majority of this is going to be from lightning strikes.
Shout out to David Harding doing the racking today. Doing a fantastic job. I'm sure John is very happy to have him.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like he's hitting high ball on this break shot. He likes hitting that with top. And they didn't open as nice as he would love. He's going to have a tester of an opening shot here.
Unless that 9 goes. Does the 9 slip by that 8 ball? I know it's hard to tell with that angle, but...
The 15, which is the stripe in the middle of the table in the open.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at Drunk. I think he'll miss a shot this game just for that. I think the only shot he's got right now is the 15 ball. Huh? What? 2 ball? Is that what he called?
I didn't hear what he called. Oh, he called. Oh, my
12
goodness.
Ball.
Oh, my goodness. He says
How do
12
you
ball
like that?
and fires it. Man, this guy always finds a shot.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable. He had to, like, shave the 9 just to make that shot work. That's unreal. But look where he just can't risk shooting another ball kind of jacked up over the 5. Does this fall? It does. It does fall. That was a good shot.
I think I got to go SVB.
Yeah, I haven't really followed the rest of the progression from this morning, so I'm not even sure like who's still on the winner side and whatnot. But yeah, SVB's got to be the pick. Anytime they're playing 9 ball.
Yeah.
Well, actually 9 ball or 10 ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, SVB's the pick. Winner breaks, like, come on.
Even more so if it was 10 ball.
Even more so, yeah.
Just because of his break.
God, his break is unreal and a big factor in 9 ball as well. But it's his template rack in the UK Open, so I don't feel like he's going to separate himself too much because everybody's making balls on the break with the template.
It's more the control of Whitey, I think.
That's right, control.
Look at him just
control
nudge that
one.
13 to the break spot.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful shot. It's a little low, but I think it'll be okay. See, he's just trying to stretch out that arm. And as Laura was saying, his endurance is crazy, and it sure is, but it's still got to be getting a little bit sore, you know?
You know, the funny thing is since he's been taking my multivitamins or my vitamins, soreness has not been a factor.
Yeah, he said he's been a little sore, like he's been having some tightness in the shoulders and whatnot.
That all went away this morning.
But he said the energy level, especially from those pills, he said, and they're just vitamins.
Yeah, well, and even this morning when he woke up, it was the first thing he said to me. The neck, that tension is gone, the pinch is gone, no headache.
That's great news. Really great news. So,
Filler's going to win the UK Open. Yeah, he's definitely another guy that has every bit of potential.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's the problem with the UK Open. There's so many picks.
256 players they had. Massive tournament, that is.
Yeah, Naoki always playing well.
Yeah, there's 30 players that can win that tournament for sure. Look at that little out. What a beautiful little out.
No
Considering he was pretty stuck after the break.
Right.
And he just made getting out there look way easier than it was. Nudged the break ball to perfection.
And I'm just going to jump off real quick.
Absolutely.
Be right back.
Does John have a 200 in him today? It's going to be very dependent on this break shot right here. Giving the cue a little wipe down while Mr. Dave Harding racks the balls up. You'll see he's got the triangle rack in there, but there is a permanent template rack on the table. Little clear donut binder savers. And those vitamins that he was talking about, they're Dr. Berg, I believe. Find what you need to know there. Is he on the 7 here, or does he have to shoot the 6? He's not thrilled about where those 2 balls near the side stop, that's for sure. He'd rather be on one of those. He's got the 6. He's got the 6, or he's got the 7. On the 7 nicely. And a good shot there. He was saying he only had half a pocket. He fired it in, no problem. Speared it, as they say. Yeah. Oh, look at that. More YouTube spammers. See if I can reach over here and get rid of these real quick. Our apologies for these YouTube spammers. We try to stay on top of it. But it is a to do with using Sardo rack and making sure it was set properly every time. Kudos to Doug Desmond, our rack master, for his dedication to perfection. It wasn't a race against time. He's trying to get past 526 with Shaw's method of a glued down template. The rack was much quicker to assemble and lock in. All those extra minutes add up. Absolutely, Felicity. Felicity's comment there on the Facebook. 100% correct. And that's part of the reason that John has the template down here. Another part of the reason they're using the triangle to get the balls onto the template is to try to speed it up. One of the keys to running this many balls is just really trying to stay in some sort of rhythm. So he doesn't want to be sitting around waiting for the rack forever, you know? Yeah, and the fellow yesterday was great. Absolutely, and David's doing a fantastic job today as well. We had Kevin Beamer-Beavis in yesterday. Also, Kopin Chung is still in the UK Open. Big Bro is out. Kopin Yi's out. Does it help if we report the spammers? You know what? I'm not really sure if it helps, but we report them. Kopin is on fire. Yeah, absolutely. Would a template be better for a straight pool? Seems like it would allow for a break ball to be closer to the rack, not having to use a triangle. Absolutely 100% correct, Benjamin. One of the biggest factors is where you can play break balls from. So with the template, it leaves a lot more room to play break balls. Back in the day, they played straight pool, where if the ball was within the triangle, the way of the triangle, then you couldn't mark the ball and respot it or anything crazy like that. A little bit different now. Big shot here. Oh, yeah, I do like that he's shooting the 4 first. I feel like the 6 is a little touchy, and it has room for something funny to happen. So you don't want to be shooting too many of those slow roll, juicy shots, because you never know what can happen, right? 196. 196. What a run he's on here, folks. Through 14 racks, perfect angle on the break ball. Maybe try to set up that heater on a milk crate under the table might be easier than trying to find a smaller one to fit. Steph, yeah, I'm gonna leave it to John. I don't think there's room to set up that heater on a milk crate underneath there. It's kind of like, it's not really what he had in mind. He wanted it kind of between, there's like a little wood space. Oh my goodness, I thought he might get stuck there. He breathed a sigh of relief too, said that was spooky. Sure, if we keep reporting them, at some point, something's got to give. And so at this point, now they start taking a little more serious, yeah. Mr. Schmidt's on around a 200 plus. That he is on a big run.
Nice little nudge on that 6 ball to put that in a break spot.
So make sure you tell your us at 200 today. You didn't want to get pied in the face.
That's right.
And whoever that was that bet that he wouldn't beat that 224 is sweating bullets now, boy. Right. Take 5 after this rack, come back and run another 200. Yeah, I don't know how well that works. Yeah, I think it's better to just keep shooting.
I agree. He's definitely. Ooh, we got all of that.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely. Yeah, Marty, I watched the Hill with Maura and Billy this morning. That was great. Did break shot stop the runs before? That was on the run of 140, correct? Start of the 11th rack. Like, this is funny. This shot on the 8 ball is super easy on rack 1 or 2.
There you go. Chris says he's got that action for the over 224.
Oh, Chris got the action. Nice. I like your chances, Chris.
Yeah, I do too.
I like your chances.
So now,
yeah, it looks like he's just straight enough to be able to pinch the 3
does the
and
13
hold the
go
cue
by
ball
the
there.
6?
I don't think so. Pretty tough to tell. If not, then he can't be in love with this. Sliding across, you end up on the wrong side. Oh no, it goes all day.
Yeah,
He's
it's gotta
perfect.
go.
He's perfect.
Yeah. Nice little draw, straight in on the 6.
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah, beautiful. Through the 15th rack. 210. 210 balls.
Consecutive.
Yeah, we're battling the weather here today, Keith and Eo. I think it's a little smoother on the YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel as well, guys. Q Sports Live on YouTube. I think it's a little smoother over there.
It is. It maybe glitches for a second over there and then comes back.
And we do apologize for the bit of a choppy feed. We got some bad weather happening, so we're at the mercy of the weather. We do have another angle recording as well, so if we do need to verify from the other angle, we can do that if he happens to snap off the record on this run. Is the guy that has the YouTube name drunk, is he drunk? Nice break shot there. Avoided a little almost tragic double kiss from that 3 ball. Felicity says he rocks. Doesn't he? He's playing unreal. This is such a treat to watch. I'm like in pool heaven these last few days.
It's great.
Unbelievable. Learning so much. Learning so much about this game. Not just about straight pool, just learning in general, you know.
He's all right. He's got the
moving
15.
balls. Yeah, I think I like your call there at the 15 because it's clean cueing, you know.
Yeah, and he didn't like the 10-12.
And the 5.8, but I think the 5.8's wired.
5.8, I think, yeah, I think you're right. 5.8, yeah, looking down the barrel, it's fairly wired. It's that 12-10.
Yeah, 5.8.
Which he can get to off the 7 ball.
Yeah, the 2-4 is not in a terrible spot either where he can maybe use those. Jeff says, it's free, so it's awesome. That's right.
Move it out for 30 minutes or so. There you go.
Oh, nice. Good call.
I remember the high run world record was about 500 or 700 in the Moscone Cup, isn't it? No. High run right now is 714, held by Jason Shaw, who took it away from this man right here, Mr. John Schmidt.
Oh, look at the angle he got on the 5 to deal with these 2 stripes. He's perfect. But yeah, I think maybe he's referring to Moscone's record. That was 526, and it held for 65 years. Before this gentleman right here broke it and ran 626. Followed by Jason Shaw running 714.
Yeah, you're correct there, Mike. Unfortunately, not every table in
Day.
And I won't say it's terrible. It looks terrible on camera, but when you're live, you don't get to see that wash spot.
Yeah.
And when you're looking live,
and I think
simply because of the camera.
Yeah, and a lot of it is the window.
Oh, great pick.
Is the light coming from the window?
Yeah.
That's a big factor. So what's his break ball here? I think the 7 is too low. So does he maybe use the 5? And that's maybe why he didn't shoot the 5 before.
I think the 5's a little high.
Just too close to the rack, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Could be. He doesn't really have another break ball here. I don't think the 7 for now. Held by a player from Europe. Yeah, them Europeans shoot some pretty good pool. But this American right here, he can play a little. He's played a little pool.
Well, I'll tell you, if John gets out on this rack, that'll be a nice little confidence booster.
Is he going to nudge the 7? He
I
is.
think so.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
Dead nuts on that 5-deuce combo.
What a shot that is.
That's so good.
Yeah, and he could play the stripe on the end rail, but this combo is such a duck. Oh, no, he is.
Just nudge the 5, stay on the 2.
You know what that is?
Confidence right there.
Pressure. Because if that was rack number 2, he fires the combo.
Yep.
Without even guessing.
Yep.
But there's a little pressure building here. And he doesn't want to end the ball on a weird, or end the run on a weird ball, so.
His in particular is a 12.4 Revo as well. Comes with the extension. We actually have a viewer advantage going on right now. If you want to get in on that, $20 per ticket, same queue that he has. You can pick those tickets up at www in Canada. You can e-transfer that. Just keep in mind it is $20 US per ticket. And that email transfer is qsportslive@gmail.com.
Big bounce. Needs a big one. A little bit bigger. I think that's just going to be enough. So,
Well, let's have a look.
224.
224. One ball to make the high run.
Tied the high run. Let's take a look from this angle. See what we got here.
It's a little steep, but not terrible.
Not too bad. This is pretty much exactly how he likes these break shots. Nice.
Oh, he is dialed. That hits center.
What's he got?
pocket.
What's he got? I think
Ooh,
I think he's bridging over a ball and shooting the 4, but I think he's got it.
He's got the 4.
Oh yeah, he's got it. You can tell by his body language.
But that 3-deuce,
Oh,
I don't
and
know
he's
why is
and he's not bridging over the cue ball. I think that was what it was. He couldn't see the other, like the middle of the cue ball. Yeah, the leg. We know, John, and we're sorry about that.
Yeah, YouTube is much better though. If you're, it's a little bit better there.
And yeah, kind of like Patrick Neal says, the thinner the cut in the break. And just so everyone is aware again, we do have another angle recording. And thank you for tuning in, Johnny. We appreciate it, pal.
Yeah, yesterday was a little bit better on the stream because today the weather's not cooperating with us, and as I mentioned before, the wiring in this building is as old as dirt itself. And unfortunately it does get affected by the weather, and it's just not very nice.
But it is way smoother on YouTube.
We're
watching both on a tablet. We're watching the Facebook, and on a laptop we're watching the YouTube, and the YouTube is super smooth.
The practice room says YouTube is way better for the lag, plus we have 6 bots. Too funny. Oh, look at this little behind
Shoot
the
a
back.
little backhand shot there, a little Filipino style action. Nothing wrong with that. It was a little smoother like first thing in the day today because the clouds hadn't really rolled over yet.
Well, and it could be a couple of different factors, right? You got lightning strikes that will affect it, and the amount of rain coming down will affect it. There's all kinds of factors.
The only hard part about this is instead of practicing for tuning in, sir. John says YouTube's perfect. Yeah, that's funny how that works, right?
Yep,
like
it is true.
It's
and
clearly
it's perfect for some, but not for others.
Yeah, right. And it's clearly an internet thing. It's an internet
really
connection
is.
here. So why would Facebook and YouTube be different?
Raises his arms. That's exactly what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
3 ball is a good break ball as well. I think that may change though because of the cluster in there.
Yeah, and it might be a little close to the stack. Yeah,
we're not that far behind.
We just figured out how to wire it into our igloos.
Right? We have to set the dogs on one of those hamster wheels to get the power to generate it.
That's
though.
right. This is a Gold Crown 4 with Predator cloth. The pockets are, the corners are 4 7/8. 4 7/8 inches. And the sides are about 5 1/4 inch. Oh, I'm sure he was hoping that 10 would stay up off the rail.
For pretty much anything that goes wrong.
Yeah, that's right. That's all chainsaws and dog sleds up there.
Right?
And polar bears.
And polar bears.
We
Can't forget the polar bears.
We have pet. That's right.
And the black bears just sit on the sidelines and watch because they're too small.
And syrup. Someone spilled maple syrup over the router.
Right? Wow.
Yeah, you guys are great. Yeah, beautiful setup for these high run attempts. This is exactly what John wants to see.
Absolutely.
He's in a real pickle here. Look at this. What does he do here?
I think you can take that 11 into that side pocket.
He doesn't want to because it's a good break ball, I think.
I don't...
Fly around a little bit to land on the 10 on the other side rail.
Yeah, 4 rails around maybe.
Yeah, he just
doesn't
holds
even
it.
need it.
Oh my goodness, he overheld it?
How do you overhold that ball?
Well, he's probably thinking the same thing. Like, how the heck did that ball slow down that much?
Wow. Look at these guys back on YouTube. As soon as somebody mentions these bots, it's like they're listening.
And the practice room says, I'll rewire the internet. Rewire the internet after my portage to visit the Great Moose.
I'm sure he meant to say porridge.
Oh, he needs a big bounce. He's not going to get any bounce.
Oh no. Well, new high run.
3-8. 2-3-8.
That is going to be a tough break shot from there, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he can do much with it. He might have to play like
just go straight forward, maybe a touch of inside.
Yeah, I don't even know if he can do that. He might have to just pot it and then try to pick out the corner ball long bank.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, that's always an option too.
Yeah. There are a few shots. Like if all the balls are frozen, the corner ball is almost wired too. So.
Lil Chris got the money though.
Lil Chris got that money, yeah. 224. We knew he's beating 224 today. Come on, guys.
Right?
I can see why they maybe thought that at the start of the day. It looked a little.
Who does not know who John Schmidt is makes that bet.
That's right. They don't call him Mr. 626 for nothing.
Right?
Bank it. He called the bank.
Bank the 11 into the top of the pack.
The problem with this is the balls can actually kiss.
Get in the way.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
As predicted. Balls get in the way.
Yep.
Still really nice little run.
Really
238 balls is unreal.
Yep.
$238 balls.
Great run.
Unreal. Unreal stuff. And he ain't done yet. He don't look like he's done. Okay, yeah, he's
up to you.
He's maybe calling it. Yeah, good to good to save some energy. Wants to show us what's going to happen when the balls are racked right, but I think he's done with the straight pool for the day, which is just fine. He put on an absolute show for us today. We can change this high run to 238,
Absolutely.
Right?
It's a step in the right direction. Good night from the UK as well to you. And indeed, we got to give some shout outs to everybody. Like Jeff says, we got to give shout outs to everybody that made this happen. Special thanks to the Leather Pocket for hosting us, the Winning Stroke for allowing us to take their one and only Predator table. Of course, to the one and only Predator Q's, Talm Chalk, who's a sponsor of Mr. John Schmidt, the Pool Doctor, Mr. Lou Sorrell, and Brunswick, the gold crown provided by Martin Keali.
And there's two names that aren't on there, Grant.
Oh, Jeff Wanless, for one.
There's two more names that aren't on there, Grant. Post-run. No, you don't want to thank yourself, but I want to thank you.
That's I'm just the janitor, guys.
And Steph.
Steph too, yeah, all the graphics.
And cooking and cleaning and making sure John has a really nice, little, he's got like his own space downstairs. He's got his own bathroom, his own shower, spare room, pool table down there.
Yep.
He's eating like an absolute king. I'm totally jealous of how good he's eating.
I agree.
And yeah, I think a big thanks goes to you guys too.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Ben. But I mean, this is just what I do. I love to make this kind of stuff happen. It's not for me that I am motivated to do all this stuff. It's for everybody.
The love of the game.
Love of the game. You got it.
Well,
I can't play like you. I can't play like John. I can't play like these top guys. But my passion for the game, that will compete with anybody.
Absolutely.
Don't care who it is.
And I
love this game.
I know the players really appreciate it. The viewers really appreciate it. The locals here, how cool is this for them?
Right.
For me especially, I've always been a huge John Schmidt fan. So
absolutely. Well, and listen,
super cool.
I think this is exactly why as well that scratch there. This is what we've got coming here, guys. We're bringing the Predator Pro Series. It'll be here August 16th to 20th. That'll be 128 of the best male shooters on the planet, as well as 64 of the best female shooters on the planet. Running alongside that, the CSI Western Canadian Championships. So that's the amateur side that runs right alongside it. You'll be in the same room. It is going to be the very first look at the Predator 7-foot table. Will be at that event. So I couldn't be happier, couldn't be more proud. The guys over at Pool, you got both Jessicas, both Wise and Frybeck. Just amazing, amazing company. Why do we want to help Predator and get involved and support what it is they're doing? 2 reasons. Number one, 90% of their profit goes back into growing the game. And that's in terms of sponsorships, that's added money into events, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Right? And they're doing everything, at least in my opinion, they're doing everything right to grow the game. It's the most important aspect. It's why I really wanted them. It's why we wanted to partner with them, is the growth of the game. Their model fits our model, and it's just a really great thing to be a part of, and I can't wait to make it happen.
I love how Raymond says in there, great, now I can practice.
There you go.
Robert says, I thought one the rack.
He just smacked that.
It fit
Tried
in
to
there.
bank it, but I mean, in going into the pack, obviously those got into the way. So
yeah, it fit in there.
It did.
The ball fit.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's awesome to hear, Felicity. We're glad he's enjoying it. We'd love to have him back. Absolutely would love to have him back.
We'll have him back hopefully before the Canada Open. We'll give him a good 3-week run at trying to break this record.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Can you imagine running 238 balls and being distraught?
Right? Like, come on.
I said it yesterday too, but it just blows me away. He's like beside himself,
Right? This is what we're known for. So, as much as Ben wants to sit and thank me and give me some props there, which I appreciate, the same goes for you, Ben, right? To sit through this with me, and I think we do pretty well on the mic together.
Absolutely.
Right? We balance each other out well. It's just not the same, and I'll go as far as to say this. It's just not the same if it's anybody but you, whether I'm sitting beside the Ghost commentating or with anybody else. It's not the same without you.
No, we sure do knock it out of the park sometimes, eh?
Yeah.
Or should I say eh?
Eh?
I'm glad you guys enjoy it.
Indeed.
We try to do the best we can while still keeping it a little bit funny here and there, and we don't want it to be too serious, because that wouldn't be any fun in Edmonton or something.
Right. When is the next try? It'll happen tomorrow, noon o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Is Predator stock sold publicly? It is not, Patrick. Believe it or not, Karim Belhaj is the single sole owner of Predator Qs. I've had the pleasure of meeting him on several occasions, gone out to several dinners, so on and so forth. Obviously, with us planning the Canada Open, we've been pretty heavily in contact. And if I had to take one word to describe who Karim is, that word is dynamic. He's probably one of the single most dynamic men that I've ever met in my life. Extremely smart, very, very good at the job that he has of being the CEO of Predator, and just an amazing human being. He's just a great guy.
Good question from John Morelatos. Is the amateur event 10 ball going to be the same format, 2 sets, race to 4 with shootout as the pros? No. The CSI,
Stereo.
BCA, it's a couple more. He did say he doesn't want to wear himself out. He's got 2 more days, and obviously he can run some massive, massive numbers. So if he just keeps his body healthy, doesn't overdo it, you know, eat proper, don't.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about him eating proper.
Well, but like eat proper in a way where it's not like sit around and eat chocolate all night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh no, we do that too.
Right, but
I
definitely
get our chocolate on. That's for sure.
I think he's gonna know like that his diet's gonna be a huge factor here too. But those vitamins are really helping. So
I agree. Ben and Grant are the fast and loose of commentary. Here's what we do, in my opinion, a little bit differently than perhaps some of the other guys out there. Is we
absolutely
right. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. Sometimes we're gonna, disagree. And even between Ben and I, we've got varying, points of opinion on a few different things, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what it's all about. That's why we do it. We like to, talk about pool and try to work out the issues, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're welcome. Thanks, Patrick. We appreciate it. Steak and donuts, eh?
Give her.
You know it. But they got to be the right donuts. They got to be Timmy's.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons. Do the Canadian thing.
I like how Jeff corrected this too. Fast and loose, not fast and lose.
Yes, thank you, Jeff. That's even a better statement. One of my passions, one of my addictions is sitting here doing commentary. And if you'd have told me 7 years or when I first started with Q Sports Live that this is where we would be, I probably would have laughed at you because
sure.
To be sitting in a position like this, watching a world-class player like John Schmidt just run balls in front of us where we get to sit and commentate. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we get the best seat in the house.
Right?
Because we got the view of the table and we got like all these different camera angles we get to watch up close.
Yeah, well, and it brings in so many different aspects of the game. And to me, the biggest takeaway that I'm going to get out of having John here is the control of that white ball, right? I mean, not only does he play as fast as Jackie Chan in a fight scene, but control of that cue ball, I think, is just unbelievable.
At a premium with this guy, for sure. Like, he's the best in the world at this. And look at this. He's got the 15, or if
15 and out.
Curious, he's playing the one pocket ghost, trying to run all 15 balls in one pocket. He just did it. Made it look easy.
Right? There it is.
Let's see if he can do a back-to-back. He wants the back-to-back.
Of course.
Best he ever had in 5 racks was 73 balls, which is absolutely mind-blowing.
It's crazy.
But he's also claimed to have run this 4 times in a row once as well.
Absolutely. Well, and before we shut down, I'm going to flash this guy up here one more time for today. The Viewer Advantage Sweepstakes draw date of end of day Saturday. $20 per ticket gets you in it to win it. You can buy those tickets at www.cslipl.com. Click on shop. It'll be the first option for you to purchase. And it is for the Mr. 626Q that John is currently playing with, limited number. There are only 300 made. Again, no limit on the number of tickets that you can buy. That all goes to help John, as well as his GoFundMe. If you appreciate at all what he's doing, what he's attempting to do, the display that he puts on, search it out on GoFundMe. Just search for John Schmidt. It will be there. I started the page, not John. And that'll help him out with some of his expenses in coming up and putting on this display of straight pool for us.
And you can also find that link for the GoFundMe if you scroll down through our page a little bit. You just have to scroll past the last few videos, then you'll find the link on there as well.
Absolutely. I can actually post that up right now real quick. Whilst I'm still sitting here with the cameras rolling.
And hopefully tomorrow, guys, we'll have a little more luck with the weather. The forecast says it's not supposed to be as bad. So we're hoping we'll have smoother running stream tomorrow. Just got a little bored of the 14-1, so
that's it. And Garby, if you think that is at all possible, I'm sorry, you're maybe a little bit off on your line of thinking. He doesn't care whether he breaks it or not. I simply appreciate the fact that he's attempting it.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. And he's not, and we mentioned it before, it's not all about beating the record. It might be like run 200 every day for 4 days. That's a record in itself.
Anybody that wants to say stuff like that, I'm sorry, Garby, I'm going to pick on you a little bit because I can't stand statements like that.
For sure.
You make a statement like that, you have no idea what straight pool's all about, my friend.
That's right. And
I get tired of statements like that.
We need to learn how to read, I guess, though. We didn't read it proper. I don't know. Maybe he was meaning something else.
He won't break 7-1-4. Not now. He's playing straight pool. or one pocket ghost.
Garby has a 950 internet Fargo. They're going to pick on you.
Yep.
Evening, Brian. I'm not sure he's going to have any time for lessons, Brian, but
I think the lessons were done a couple of days ago, but he will be back, right? We've talked about it already. He may be back just before the Canada Open.
And I will say, Brian, and I mentioned this to another player last night who messaged me and asked if he was going to be doing more lessons. I said, I don't think he will, but by all means, if you can make it down while he's here, just chat him up for a bit.
Yeah, of course.
It doesn't have to be a lesson. You could ask him like 2 questions about something that you're struggling with, and he'll absolutely tell you for no cost.
Yeah, he's just an all-around really, really great guy.
Yeah, so for sure, if you guys want to come pick his brain, by all means, he'll be here right through Saturday. And so he didn't manage to get the back-to-back, so I think we'll see him fight for it a bit.
Oh, Raymond, what are the steps to become an adopted Canadian? I've got a beard and heavy flannel button-downs in my wardrobe.
You're in.
You're in.
That's it.
That's it. You got it.
When you cross the border, just make sure you're wearing that stuff.
That's right.
You're in. They'll let you right in. And you have to be willing to wrestle a bear.
Right?
Not any kind of bear, a polar bear.
That's right. That's right. So, yes, right now he is done playing 14-1 or straight pool, just practicing the one pocket ghost. Just ran a 25 and out, or sorry, 15 and out. So he's trying to do it back to back.
You could be onto something, Grant. Let's get more balls.
Right? Let's do it.
Let's see if he can run a 30 and out. Let's rack 2 racks.
Raymond says he's willing to wrestle a bear. You're in.
Yeah.
You just let them know Raymond Q Sports Live adopted you as a fellow Canadian.
That's right. We'll vouch. We'll vouch. As long as you like poutine.
Wear one of those. Wear
Toques.
one of those toques.
Yeah. Yeah. If you wear a toque and some flannel, look at this shot. Pretty close.
That was close.
Pretty close.
All right, guys. We are going to, I believe, be done for tonight.
Yeah. I think he's got a couple words to say.
He's got a quick thank you to shout out to everybody.
Thank you to everybody who tuned in today. Did the best I could. I feel like I'm getting more dialed in the break speed. I almost forgot how to break them because I haven't played in a few years. I'm dialed in. So tomorrow, the next day, I'm kind of excited. And thank you for all the work Grant and Ben put in and all the viewers. And the donations and the raffle. I appreciate all that stuff, guys. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Tuning in. He's mentioned it a couple of times. He's very thankful for all of you guys. And these are spreading way better than they were on the Predator table.
Well, I
with
think
the way the rack was.
Yeah, and I think the Predator table is meant to be a challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
They built that thing to be a challenge, which is why the cut of those pockets, normally if you rattle that ball, it's just going to sit in that pocket. With the cut of the Predator table, he did that for the first 2 days while he was here in town. putting on a little bit of a clinic or an exhibition on exactly how to play straight pool to try to crack the record on the Predator table at 4 1/4 inch pockets. That is a challenge within a challenge. Probably wasn't going to happen, and I think John would be the first one to tell you that, yeah, doing that on a 4 1/4 table just isn't possible. But nothing is impossible, at least in my mind frame, right? My frame of mind says it's only impossible till somebody does it.
That's right.
Yeah. So with that being said, guys, we will wait until this rack is all done, and we're going to be done for tonight. Don't go far, though. We'll be back again tomorrow, noon o'clock, 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and we'll pick it up right where we left off. In the meantime, what's next for Q Sports Live? We are headed off to Vegas on Tuesday. We'll be bringing you all the action live from Las Vegas for the VNEA. And a couple of different camera angles, a couple of different streams going to happen there. Obviously, we're going to be in what is affectionately known as the pit.
The dome.
The dome.
The finals dome.
Right. And then a couple of different cameras that we can set up pretty much where we please. So we'll have a roaming camera. We'll show you all of the different booths and take you on a tour. It's a coverage coming to you live, Las Vegas, Nevada for the VNEA. That is next up on our list.
Live on Thursday, a week from today.
We'll
be live like 9 a.m. in the morning for Scotch doubles.
I'm close associates.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. I love it.
It's funny.
I love it.
Looks like he missed a ball there. We're going to watch one more rack?
I don't know if we are. I think...
are we going to call it a day?
I think we're calling it a day.
All right, let's call it.
All right, guys. On behalf of myself, John Schmidt, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we appreciate you tuning in. Again, we'll be back tomorrow, 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. We'll pick it up again for the run of the world record attempt. We will see you then. Have a great night, y'all.
Good night, everyone.